I'm Kevin Freeman. We're going to talk a little links now with head golf coach David Simon. Coach, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Let's talk some golf here. I wanted to give you a couple of general questions here. Neither the men's team nor the women's team has had any official university-sanctioned competition since October, but at the same time we've had really no winter to speak of, and so the weather has been nice, it's been mild, probably a lot of opportunities for your players to get some good golf in, even though they're not playing officially for the university. Talk a little bit about their off-season preparation.
Well, in the fall, after our tournaments in October, that's our off season, and we have 8 hours a week. Only 2 of it can be at a golf course, so we work out 3 to 4 times a week. Do a lot of stuff like that. We play some basketball, have some fun cardio workouts like that.
So has the mild winter, I assume they're playing a lot of golf on their own then, to stay sharp and to stay in shape. So they've been able to get a few rounds in to keep their skills good?
Yes, winter's been unbelievable. There's probably one day this month we canceled practice because it was too cold. It's been fantastic.
Well, you sort of touched on this a little bit then, but how much official contact, because golf is one of those sports that has a fall period and it has a spring period and has that kind of null bit in the middle. How much official contact are you allowed with your players during the off season? In other words, what are the NCAA regulations that are tied to official practices between seasons?
We're limited more with hours. I can talk to them all I want. I'm limited to 2 hours a week seeing them at a golf course. But that's late October, November, December.
That's not much golf in 2 hours. You get not with 9 holes in there.
Right, right.
Well, let's move on and talk individually about each of the teams. I wanted to focus on the women's team first. They finished last fall ranked number 10 nationally in one of the polls. What's your overall assessment of the ladies' fall season? I mean, they did very well, of course.
Fall was fantastic. Won 3 tournaments. Then went down to Florida with some tougher competition and didn't do as well, but that was kind of a character builder. And overall, the fall was fantastic. A lot of girls improved from last spring, and it was good.
Well, you've got 4 of the conference's top 10 golfers by stroke average, at least. This has to give you some confidence going into the spring season. As you mentioned, the ending tournament in the fall is kind of a character builder for it, so hopefully it'll take some of that momentum into the spring. Are you hoping that they hit this first tournament run with the ground running then, I assume?
Yes, the spring when it starts this weekend, it's a long, long time from October, so things can be totally different, but hopefully it will go well. They've been working really hard. Great,
and I'll touch on that tournament here in a couple of minutes. I wanted to focus on a couple of players, if that's all right. First, I want to ask you about Dana Watkins, who's ranked 2nd in stroke average in the conference right now. Talk a little bit about her strengths and what she brings and contributes to the team overall.
She's improved a ton since her freshman year. This past summer, she worked very, very hard. Actually read a lot of sports psychology books. She always had the talent, but had a hard time really getting it out of herself and believing in herself. But she won 2 tournaments this fall and just was unbelievable. Also battled injuries during those tournaments.
And Megan Moore, also I wanted to ask about her. She's 3rd in stroke average, and the same question applies to her. What are some of the things that you see in her?
She was fantastic, very solid, 4 top 10s. A little higher than Dana in stroke average, but her actually had 4 top finishes, which was excellent. She's very solid, very confident.
I mean, as everybody knows, you lost really one of the Peach Belt Players of the Year in Damon last year. The team seems to be doing very well and have adjusted very well, not having her as kind of that de facto team leader. Has anyone sort of taken the reins to be the new leader on this team?
That's hard to say. Dana's our natural leader because she was the best in the fall. Megan's very, very quiet, probably not a very strong verbal leader. And then Shauna Waller also as a captain.
Sure.
Shauna's probably our leader, I would say.
Well, one of the exciting things about the women's team, in my opinion, is that they're so young. You've only got 1 senior on this team, so you've got all these players who are not only going to come back, a lot of them next year, but you've got 2 years and even 3 years left with some of these. Comment a little bit on this team's youth, and as a rule of thumb, how much do players generally improve from year to year in golf? I know it's kind of a crapshoot with a lot of players, but how much improvement do you expect to see from your players?
The youth is awesome. Most of all of our players will improve if they do what we tell them and they work hard. In golf, though, it's a lot of inside intrinsic motivation. where if they want it, that they will improve.
Sure. So, I mean, it's so much of a mental game. I mean, I'm not really a golfer myself, but you hear that talked about all the time about how mental golf is. And so it's the players creating a lot of internal challenges for themselves. All right, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, we're going to continue to talk to Coach Stein a little bit about the men's team and the upcoming Peach Belt competition.